Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to Minecraft for our survival series. Starting off episode 33 here, just hanging out in the house as we always are, and as far to my knowledge, given what I wrote down in my notebook for today, all of the things that we're going to be trying to accomplish today are things that are already written down here. I'm going to, excuse me. The major things that I wanted to get done were all of the major goals that I've been sort of putting off, which were, we started work on the balcony up top, but we only got the staircase up to it. We didn't actually get any major structure. I want to at least get an outline done for that. And while we did get more diamonds last episode, we may end up getting more. I'm not sure. We'll see how everything pans out. Whatever the case, I probably want to make at least some pants with whatever diamonds I have left. I need to build that treehouse because I said I would like 3 episodes ago. Did I? I actually don't recall. But point is, it was recently I said I would build a treehouse, and I did not get to it at all last episode. And finally, we're going to be taking a little bit of time to explore westward, because that's another thing that I've been saying that we need to do for a long time, and it just hasn't been in the works. So today is finally the day. Now, I think I want to start with that exploration, actually, because that's probably going to be the most time-consuming and least, like, actively constructive thing that we can do to, on that list of goals that we had. So I figured that we should just get it done first thing. Oh, I have a diamond in here. I didn't even know that. I have a lot of random stuff in here. What I think I should definitely do first before anything else, though, is see if I have enough diamonds to make the armor that I need, because I'm currently missing pants, and pants are pretty important, I think, just generally. But especially when you're trying to not get absolutely decimated by evil monsters. Luckily, we do have enough diamonds to make ourselves some shiny new blue pants. We unfortunately do not have enough levels to give it any significant enchantments, but I think we'll be okay. And with our newly acquired Valencia, we should be able to fend for ourselves fairly well. Now, I think I've got pretty much well enough food to survive out for a quick 15-minute or so exploration in the west direction, which will end up being that way. Now, we have gone that way before quite a bit, but besides the desert, which has kind of been our stopping point for traveling that direction, I don't recall if we've actually been that far this way, this far away from the spawn point. So I think it's worth a look, at least. Excuse me, I got my nose again. Ugh. Okay. Wow, our sheep are numerous. And there's a cow in there. The cow is not fooling me, but you know what? Maybe it's okay. Doesn't seem to be... Oh, I've spotted one of the red sheep, the remnants of my previous work trying to build those giant hearts. And you know, it shows all around this landscape. There are plenty of red sheep still existent. That was a strange sentence. There are plenty of red sheep still around, because I didn't actually go out and actively find all of them. I just got the ones in my enclosure. So there's some wandering the south side of our territory, and some in the north and west that we just saw, of course. So we'll probably be seeing those for quite a while unless I actively go out and try and track them down, but really, what's the point? If anything, having more red wool is probably going to be beneficial to me anyway, since I'm going to have to end up dyeing my own sheep red at some point, no matter what. Might as well leave them around for just a little bit of extra product. Now, this is about the point where we usually stop traveling westward, and we usually head south for our quarry over there, or some local villages. However, I wonder what lies beyond this desert. Given that this direction has a lot more just land to it than the north and east directions, which I've already explored independently, I wonder if there's anything in store for us in this direction. So far, it just looks like more expansive desert. Have I been here? Yes, I most certainly have. So we have at least been this far, but I don't know that we've gone any much further than this. Well, there's something. Oh, it's one of the pyramids. I have been to this one, though, because I have very clearly broken out all the places where the orange wool was. And something has happened over here. Not quite sure what happened to the ground, but it looks a bit ominous. Similarly to the forest that we live directly adjacent to. It just looks like the sand sort of got peeled away. Not quite sure what happened there. I don't know. I don't know what causes that, or if it's just a natural formation. Whatever the case, it's noticeable and a little bit strange, but it's alright. So we've hit mountains once again. We seem to have a very mountainous region of the world here. Not only do we live in one, but we're just surrounded on all sides by them at some point. Well, besides the north side, which is all ocean. Because we seem to have hit some sort of, like, ultimate stopping ground in our particular location. I traveled north in a recording that failed, and it was just thousands and thousands of blocks of desolate barren ocean with barely anything in it at all. So we're not really going to be traveling north in a hurry. West, however, looks, I mean, there's at least a little bit more terrain variation, which is always nice to see. Just a little bit more land that I haven't explored. Ow, that scared me a little bit. Hey, leave me alone. Definitely more interesting hill structure. Just seeing the sort of, like, the way these mountains form is definitely different to where I live. Plenty of flowers, but I don't really think we need any currently. At least not for anything pressing. Alright, I also did forget to mention that I did actually end up changing my skin back because, of course, it's no longer the Halloween season, so having a pumpkin on my head is kind of not especially seasonal. I mean, the month of November also lends quite well to pumpkins. I always associate pumpkin pie with the Thanksgiving season pretty strongly. I like pumpkin pie, but I'm not sure that I would want to wear a pumpkin on my head for 2 whole months. So I exfiltrated from it. We've seemed to have hit another snowy forest here. Nice, pleasant, sort of, I mean, it'd be very cold, but it's pretty. That's a big sweeping hill. Plenty of pigs around. Pigs are the one animal that I think I don't currently have, but I actually don't know what utility they really serve besides giving food, which I already have well and truly covered. Where are you? Did you go all the way down there? Yeah, you died. Okay. No need to shoot an arrow, and I just kicked the skeleton off a cliff. And we've hit jungle. We just seem to keep hitting the same few... Oh my goodness, that is a lot of spiders. Wow. They had a vengeance. Here's all the chickens. Wow. Oh, hello. I think I've seen one of these before, but I actually can't recall if it was on this world. A, jungle temple. I don't even know. Frankly, it may have been this one. But this one is very exposed. The last time I saw one of these, it was super deep in a jungle. I think it was on a separate world, actually, a creative world. Or, I think I've definitely seen one of these in, this world. I didn't bring any torches. Well, oh well. I'm lucky enough that I generally recognize what everything is. Grab all these. There's a bunch of random useful redstone components in here. So, I'll just go ahead and grab these while I'm here, because why not? I have an empty inventory. And I could even use my ender chest to stow away all these random things I find. That is what I, whoops. That is what I built it for, after all. How many arrows are in here? That's good. Should I grab these? I don't really know what I would end up using them for, these tripwire hooks. But maybe they'll end up being useful. I don't know. This is rather waterlogged, actually. I don't know where all this water came from, but at least it kicked out all the tripwires that would have otherwise been problematic for me. Let's see what we got. Not especially great winnings, honestly, but really anything that I can have. Oh yeah, all my my Halloween treats in there. They're just gonna serve as rations, really, at this point. Put away all of these random things, and then we can just mine this out and not have to worry about it. Wonderful. That is very convenient, actually. I can just stow away all the things I don't need clogging up my inventory, and I don't have to worry about them anymore. Okay, so we definitely haven't been to this one because it was very clearly undisturbed and full of valuable resources. I mean, valuable is sort of a exaggeration, but full of untouched resources. This is a very thin stretch of jungle. Well, of course it continues over here, but it goes back into a desert, which then goes straight into a forest. I'm gonna see if I can carve my way through, because it looks like there's a convenient little path up here. Excuse me. My nose is so evil. It's like I've gotten over being sick about 90% of the way. I have all the major symptoms are easing off finally. The major thing that's left is just my nose. My nose is still congested and it's not great. I'm surviving and I'm getting through it. It's just not my favorite feeling in the world. So I think when day breaks here, we'll start heading our way back, or maybe even a little bit earlier, because we've at least found something by traveling this way, and that's better than I can say for a lot of the explorations that I've done previously. Lots of animals just crowded in there. I'm gonna see if I can find one more pyramid before we start heading back, because that would be a nice additional bit of a reward for going out this way. I think generally it just is nice to see that the land does continue over here. So if we wanted places to build or places to gather resources from, we have the place. Lots of cactus, lots of sugarcane. I was actually alerted to the fact that I could build a cactus farm by someone who I know who also plays this game. They don't record it, but they just play it casually. And they have their own cactus farm. And as far as I know, the only resource that you can really get out of cactus is a dark green dye. But that is a color I don't have, and I don't know how else you would get it. That is so many Endermen. What? That's like, how many is that? 4? Well, let's just see if I can kill all of them. At least they don't seem to get aggressive when I hit one of them. They don't all just charge after me like a pack of angry wolves. Which is convenient for me, because they hit hard. Let's see how many ender pearls I can get out of this. Hey, come back. Come on. What? It's like you're gonna come up and attack me, but you won't let me hit you? Oh. You're evil, you know that? Just let me hit you and kill you. Doesn't that sound so desirable? Oh. And they're both gone. Oh, well, here's one. Please come back. Let me kill you already. Where'd you get the mushroom from? I want your mushroom. That's not a scary noise at all. Hey, you. Come on. They are not happy to see me. That is so loud. Oh, you planted the mushroom. Come on. Come back. I can't even hit him. This is so difficult. It's like you wouldn't think it'd be hard to get one of these creatures to attack you. But this keeps running away from me. And you just stood on a cactus. Okay. Let's see if I can kill this ender... I am getting deceived. There we go. Didn't get an ender pearl reward, but frankly, killing 3 of them is enough of a task in and of itself. Let's start heading back now. Why don't we? Because we've been out for about 15 minutes now, from what I remember. And that's about the amount of time I wanted to allocate to just seeing the sights, exploring, and gathering whatever I could find along the way. I wonder if there is going to be... Because I know that my habitat is coastal. I wonder if I could get away with building a boat or 2, because I know these things are especially fragile. And just coasting my way all the way to my house, because I don't know how connected this body of water is back to the where I came from, but I hope it's just totally one large body. Guess I'll take this time to take a sip of my coffee. Ah, delicious. Well, that's not promising for the connected body of water theory, but I can go around. Or is this just an island? Squid? What are you doing? That was so evil. That felt very targeted. Okay, well, there's one boat down. That's why you build multiple of them. Wow, that was that was a very strange series of events. My nose. Okay, this is definitely not gonna let me back inland. Wow, I traveled a bit far. We gotta go back about, looks like 1,500 blocks? That's not horrible. I mean, it's not a small amount of blocks, but, we can make it work. And I guess we can just take this time. I can ask how everyone's doing. I hope well as ever. I've already explained mostly how I've been feeling, just living through this seemingly perpetual illness, which is very strange. All these squids are especially, like, strangely twitchy right now, which is not really putting me at ease for swimming near them in my boat, because for some reason this boat seems to destroy itself if you look at it wrong. So the squids are currently my biggest obstacle. Not even threatened by monsters anymore, or like hunger, or lack of health. It's squids. So I've just gotta maintain my distance and hope they don't break my boat while I'm floating in the middle of a desolate ocean. Yeah, this is about the level of emptiness that I came to expect when I just pressed the wrong button. My finger just somehow like slipped onto the S key and I started going backwards. This is the level of desolate blue nothing that I came to expect when I was doing a previous exploration. It was nothing but this for like 3,000 blocks. So, not great filmable material, frankly. Like, it's essentially watching paint dry or grass grow, but in Minecraft, where you're just holding the W key and floating on a big blue sheet, really. With this, at least we get the variance of coastlines and pretty trees, giving a little bit of variation to the scenery. Now, this looks like a pretty firm coastline, so I'm actually gonna dock here. And by dock, I mean ram my boat into the coastline at maximum speed. Now, what I wonder if I could do, because I have one ender pearl. Hello. You just sunk into the floor. Now, I wonder if I could use this one ender pearl I've acquiesced to do some high-speed traveling. Also, I was mistaken. This is a peninsula. I should have made like 6 boats. Luckily, I do still have all my wood in my crafting table, so it's not the most dire set of circumstances. And if anything, I'm on a forest coast surrounded by wood, so I'm not really worried about not being able to get back home. What I was going on to say was, if we end up finding a big expanse of solid ground that we have to traverse, my thought is maybe we could use the ender pearl that we have to cover maybe 100 or so blocks in a few seconds. Just shorten the trip a little bit and really use one of these ender pearls for the first time, because I haven't done it, at least not in this world. I've done it in other worlds where I'm not recording, but just barely. And I don't know how effective of a transportation system it is, but I'd hope it's a good one. What is that pillar off to the right? Looks like just some strange formation. Not really sure how that occurs in an ocean, but I don't know. The terrain generation in Minecraft is not especially realistic, but I think that's what makes it charming. It's like a jungle can be next to a desert and then immediately lead into a snowy forest, but that's fun, I think. Just because it's not like super immersive and makes sense, I don't think that means it's bad. Okay, so we are about 500 blocks away in each direction as far as I know. Well, here is, I don't know if this is our snowy forest coast, but it's close enough to where I think that this is probably what we are connected to. Oh, is this our hill? I think this is our hill. This is most certainly our hill, actually. Yeah, I recognize this area pretty well. This is definitely where we live. Well, in that case, why don't we use an ender pearl to just catapult ourselves straight into the middle? See if we can land, like, I don't know, on the roof of our house or something. And we'll do it from the vantage point of the top of this mountain, because I don't know, it'll be like throwing a basketball. Okay, let's see where I land. Hopefully I don't land in like a pit of lava, but I don't have one of those. Go. Awesome. That was a pretty good landing. I mean, it didn't kill me, which is nice. And we made it back. And now, if we look in our well-placed ender chest, our resources are there to greet us. Just a bunch of random garbage. Now, some of this I probably want to put in here. I don't really need the stone or the rotten flesh or the ink sac, but yes, I'll give you a treat. The other stuff I do want to stash away in my permanent mountain storage, because I don't want it just clogging up everything, really. And most of it, I imagine, can get categorized pretty handily. So we did get a little bit of golden iron, that will go in our basement, but other things that we got, actually mostly mob stuff. We got bones, string, and that's it. I was deceived. It was not mostly mob stuff. It was mostly other things. Oh, there's the rain. I think it's actually raining outside my house in real life right now, which is awfully, strangely well-placed timing on Minecraft's part. Oh yeah, all this goes in here. Okay. Tripwires. Oh, I did grab a bunch. I have 7 now. That's a lot of tripwire hooks. I can safely say that's more tripwire hooks than I've had in real life at any given time. It's not something I necessarily like to collect. Let me put away this redstone. We have so much redstone. We need to come up with a use for it at some point. I don't know what to use huge amounts of redstone for, though. That's kind of like a strange... It's a resource that only has a few distinct purposes, and I just seem to find it perpetually. Okay, that's good. I wonder, do I have anything in my furnaces? Every once in a while I'll leave something in here and I'll just totally forget about it, but it looks like that's not the case today. I don't really need any of these right now. Could have taken a sip, but I don't really need to boost my being. What I do need to do, however, as soon as I probably go to sleep, to ease the night, is what I want to do. I probably want to get balcony building, because that's going to be... Yeah, we definitely want to do that in the day, because that place up there is pretty not lit at all. Like, there's no torches I've placed up there yet, because that's a place I haven't even been. So, I want to avoid monsters spawning. Excuse me. Tasty. Makes the rain go away. I kind of like the sound of it, but the monsters like the sound of it too, so I want to avoid directly interjecting with them if I can. So what I need to grab is a lot of cobblestone. As ever. Well, I actually have a ton of smooth stone. I may actually end up building the outline of this out of smooth stone because I have so much of it. So, you know what? We'll do that. Now, I do just want to outline here. I don't want to actually get the major bulk structure of this built because it's not going to be an inconsiderate... What am I even trying to say? It's not going to be small, is what I'm saying. So, I don't actually have any torches at all, which is not really nice. So, how do I want to do this? I think I want to make it like a thin pathway up to this sort of center area, which will then open up into a sort of big square platform, or maybe even a rounded platform if I want to get crazy. Square definitely fits in with the rather boxy aesthetic of the game, really, in general, but also all of my structures, they generally tend to follow a pretty rectangular geometry, except for my my house's roof, of course, but even still, I think, yeah, I probably want, I'm just gonna do straight 90 degrees, make it go up roughly to the edge, and then just build it for I don't know how long I'm gonna build it for. This main platform will probably extend until I can't even build it anymore. And really, the closer I get to this natural sort of slope, the better it'll be. So I could actually build totally under this. You know, I think I'll make this whole side the big platform, and the path to it will just be a little bit thinner. That drop-off does make it a little bit difficult. Okay, so I guess I'll continue in a similar fashion to over there. I'll build another thin path to get over this thinner part. And then as it opens up, I will build another sort of square platform. Okay. Alright, that's probably about as big as I want to go. So now I just do this for a while. How many does that go out? 1, 2, 3, 4 from the place where the pathway comes from. So that's about here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This is going to be high up, but it's okay, because Minecraft architecture does not care about the laws of gravity. Oops, I extended that a little bit too far. It's because this side is a little bit more forgiving in terms of its size and just lack of anything. This side off to my left here is more distinctly a sheer drop into all of my buildings. Okay. Build this up until that point. And then I will build it out in the same exact manner. Yeah, this is probably about the extent of what I'm going to do for the work on this side, at least today, because it's time-consuming work that's not exactly riveting, even for me. There's always a construction part of any project. It's like there's going to end up being a part of it where it's not exactly the most like exciting. I built that totally wrong. There's always going to be a part of any construction project where you have to actually construct it and plan it out, and it's never going to be the most enjoyable material to view, but it's a part of every project, and once you get through that, then you can do the fun part, which is, you know, building out the majority of it and picking your materials and making it look cool. So right now it just looks like a big stone obelisk, like a strange SOS signal for passing helicopters, but ooh, that was really good. This will eventually become our viewing platform for the whole region, really. Especially this platform up here. That will serve to give us a good 360 view of everything that we've done, really. At least in its current state. I'm sure we're going to expand eventually out into further lands, maybe over there, and then maybe way west, who knows. Depending on how developed I can get a rail system or a nether portal system, the extent of what we can build really is up to the imagination. Stack those together. There we go. Now, it's treehouse time. That's not where the wood is. Okay. So, I want to build the treehouse entirely out of wood, because I think it fits the idea. I'll just use all those to build stairs, because do I want stairs or do I want ladders? Well, I've committed to stairs now, so guess we're doing stairs. I mean, we could just use the vines, really, but maybe I'll use the stairs for the upper architecture. Who knows? So, the idea that I think I have for this is building a sort of connected platform between these two large trees. Oh, we are up at the top here. I don't think I want it to be truly, like, up on top. I think that lower level that we saw there is going to be pretty perfect for what I want to try. So let's just start building a platform, why don't we? So as long as you don't break out the top one, it looks like this platform stays. Sort of a tree house is sort of a relatively loose term for what I'm doing. It's more sort of like a tree hangout zone. But I don't know. I think it'll be cool. I like the idea of being up in the canopy, and I mean, there's always the allure, like when you're a child, of having your own treehouse and going up there and doing secret things away from the busyness of your normal house. At least that's how it was for me. I guess this is going to be sort of a similar thing, akin to that study that we built up there, but just a different sort of energy to it, I suppose. So it's built mostly in line with the trees that we have, but I think I want to extend it out a little bit in all directions. Just give it a little bit more stuff to exist on. And this is going to be our way up, I think, because it just makes sense, I think. Okay, so build it out like that. Build it out 2 blocks, probably. Since that's the vine that we climbed up to get here. I think that's probably going to be the official way to get up here, really. And then I guess I will use a staircase to build an upper level? Maybe up here. Oop, if I can get up there to begin with. That'd be nice. I'm not doing this on purpose. I just can't get up here for whatever reason. Yes, this will work, I think. Trying to break as little of the tree leaves as possible, because I want it to be sort of built into the tree, like how a lot of tree houses are. So this will be sort of like a, almost like a rooftop balcony for, I don't know, having a barbecue. Whatever you want, really. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be the major bit of work that we're doing up here. That's actually all of my wood, so it's convenient that that's about where I want to stop. Okay, break those out just so I can build a pretty rudimentary staircase. Whoops, that's not where I want to be. And then build it like that. Okay, now I want to break that out, because that was not what I intended at all. Gotta be careful here. A major mistake could spell major problems for me. I don't know how I want to do that part. I guess I'll do it in the same way, like that. Will I? Okay, I have a better idea. That works better. Okay. Then I probably do want to break out all these vines on this side, because they're gonna... my character's gonna want to end up climbing on them, which I want to prevent, I think. Alright. Now I just have to light this place up. And get some fences installed, and then I think we'll be pretty much good for at least the structural part of it. I do also want to sort of build some ways it's supported onto the tree, because it's in its current state, it's just floating with no support whatsoever, much like the balcony we just built above my head right now. But I think I probably want to build that one a little more into... I want to make it look a little more natural, because I think that's part of the aesthetic. So fences. Then I'll grab more oak wood for building more fences, which I will inevitably need. Can't say anything today. Make some torches. There we go. 24 should be enough to cover it. Alright, I probably do want to go to sleep as well, because I hear spiders, and spiders are really the bane of this entire structure that I'm just building. Even still, I think I built it in a way where they hopefully won't be able to climb up, given the way I know how they climb up things. Yeah, we are definitely going to need more fences, but I guess right now I'll just build up to the... oh, hello. You are about to get a face full of arrow. Yeah, 2 hits. That's really good. That is also just kind of floating, but that I can fix. Probably like that. That works better. Hello, Enderman. I don't think you can shoot those with bows, from what I understand about how they work. Okay, so how am I going to do this? Guess I'll build it like this. That's that side covered. Okay, I definitely need more, but I can put a crafting table up here. Just a cute little place to do things. Sort of in amongst the trees. I will just use all of this. Whoops, not like that. And then just craft as many fences as I can possibly fit in my inventory. Which ends up being 34. Might still not even be enough, but we will make it work. Oh, they just break out the vines anyway. Okay. Yeah, this is not the safest part, but we will make it work. So we may actually end up wanting to extend that out a bit. So I can have... That's all my jungle wood currently. But that will be okay. It's a little bit awkward, but it does work. Wow, excuse me. That was not very pleasant at all. Not even for me. But torches up here. Sort of a place to sit down and observe. I think it's cute. And then we just put torches all around the place to make sure the monsters don't inhabit this place as well. In the corners. And then probably... How am I going to do this? Just every once in a while. Like that. This one is symmetrical like that, so I can do it like that. There we go. And then probably just 2 there to light up the middle. I can do it like that, actually. That makes more sense. And then up here, maybe 2 more. Whoops, I don't even know what I just did there, but works for me. Wonderful. Alright, that's the major structure built. Now I actually need to do the stilts part, which I totally forgot that I was doing. And I just utilized pretty much all my fences. I could do it with stairs, but... How am I going to do this? I have an idea for how I want to do it, but it's going to take a lot of stuff. Let me go see what I can do. I may end up doing straight stilts on the corners, depending on how much fences I can make. Hopefully a lot. Because I currently do not have a lot. That's going to end up being almost exactly the same amount. 44. That might be enough to do like 3 of them, maybe, depending on how tall they are. Also, I just realized how ridiculously dangerous this is going to be. I guess we'll just have to take a fall if we need to. We'll probably be okay. I could probably do this in a smarter manner, but... Okay, so... Okay, I have a method that might work. Like that. And this is going to be the painful part. Ouch. 4 hearts. Okay, at least it doesn't kill me. That's the part that's the major part I was worried about. Yeah, it's gonna end up being there. Now this one, I should be able to fall onto this vine, hopefully. Wow, okay, that was sketchy, and it didn't work. It's really awesome. What you're supposed to do is hold shift, and then you should just hook in there. There we go, that's better. Did work. It just took a little bit of breaking my legs and a little bit of trial and error. So, like I said was going to happen, this is probably going to be enough for this one, and then not the 4th one. Ow, where'd you come from? I don't care how beefed up you are in your shiny armor, you're gonna die all the same. This one. We might have, like, literally just enough for this. Yep, just enough for 3. Okay, so we either need to gather more wood to do the 4th one. I'm going to do that, actually. I don't even want the other option, because I live in a forest. And wood is not a difficult resource to find. I might as well cut a little path out of this as well. Looks like we're coming up just about on time here. So we'll get this done, and then we will go cross off our goals and retire for the day. Don't know how much wood we're going to need. I'm just going to get enough to make about 20 fences, which I actually don't know how much that is. I did 15 birch logs in the previous part of making fences, and it made about 40. So this should be more than enough. And then we may even actually be able to do some fence work up here if we want to, but I don't know that we need to, really. It's supported enough by the tree that I think it works. That should definitely be enough sticks. Make more just because I can. Because fences seem to be an invaluable resource here. I could put one there. Just because it's not too horribly in the way. Oh, that I could definitely go up here and do. Just let go every once in a while. This is a much better way to do it. Too bad none of the other ones were conveniently located in this exact kind of position. That one even ended up being a bit shorter. There we go. So not the most robust support in the world, but if it works for Minecraft, it works for me. Now let's go put away all our random stuff, cross off our goals, and just about call it a day there. I mean, it was definitely a productive day, because I got pretty much everything I stated I wanted to do pretty well finished. Which does not happen all the time. Most certainly not. Especially as in the last episode where I said I wanted to do several things, and I got to one of them. Which was not an amazing feeling, but nothing I could do really. Just sometimes you have to set aside goals for later, and not try and push yourself to do it all in one session, because then you're gonna end up making the session 2 hours long, which is not especially preferable, really. It gets tiring, is the point. Where do the stairs go? They go in here. We have a lot of stairs. Alright. That's just about it. Let's take a look at that from a distance. I like that a lot. It's cute. I like how it definitely utilizes the nature around it to just sort of not blend in, but it sort of feels right to be there. So now we have explored westward. We have built a treehouse. We've not built the balcony, but we have planned and outlined the balcony. And really, that's good enough for me in this current state. All right. Wonderful. I think that we can call it just about there for our work for the day. And for the episode. A lot of running around, a lot of gathering a bunch of random things, but eventually we got everything worked out, and I got some major stuff done today. Awesome. Well, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to press the like button if you really enjoyed, or even press the subscribe button on my channel if you'd like to catch any future episodes of this series. I always appreciate seeing the support and feedback that I get in the comments section. I'm forever grateful for all the advice that I've gotten, and it helps me better my experience of the game and playing of it to make the overall viewing experience better for you as well. Well, thank you very much, and goodbye.